General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, May 13th predict, what if Danny's entire revenge plan is already built on the wrong name? That is the part I cannot stop thinking about. In my opinion, the most dangerous thing happening right now is not just that Danny wants revenge for Jason. It is that Danny may be so emotionally focused on Sidwell that he cannot see a bigger trap forming around him. I think this is exactly where General Hospital could be pushing the younger generation into a darker, more adult kind of storyline. I could be wrong, but I feel like Danny is not just angry. He is wounded, humiliated, and desperate to prove that he can do something while Jason is behind bars. And when a kid with Jason Morgan's bloodline starts thinking like that, the situation can become dangerous very quickly. This is just my interpretation, but I think Danny may believe Sidwell is the person responsible for Jason's imprisonment. That belief could drive him into a reckless plan, and because Danny cannot pull it off alone, he may bring Rocco into it. Then Charlotte enters the picture, and suddenly this is no longer just one angry teenager making a bad choice. This becomes a trio. And that is where I think the first major problem begins. Charlotte has always had a complicated edge to her. In my opinion, she is not the type to simply stand on the sidelines if something dramatic is happening. If Danny is angry and Rocco has access or information, Charlotte could become the one who pushes the plan further than either boy expected. I feel like Charlotte may actually want to be part of something bigger. Maybe she sees this as a way to prove herself. Maybe she wants control. Maybe she wants to show that she is not afraid of powerful adults like Sidwell. Whatever the reason, I think her involvement could change the tone of the entire scheme. But here is the first small shocker. I do not think Sidwell is the true target they should be looking at. I think Rocco may uncover something that changes everything. Maybe he hears something. Maybe he sees something. Maybe he connects one detail that the adults missed. But in my opinion, Rocco could realize that Cullum, not Sidwell, is the real enemy in Danny's story. And if Cullum is the one who helped put Jason in prison, then Danny's revenge plan is already aiming in the wrong direction. That would be a devastating twist for Danny because it means his anger has been manipulated. It means someone may have wanted him focused on Sidwell while the real threat stayed hidden. I could be wrong, but I feel like this is the kind of emotional misdirection General Hospital loves to use. Now let's talk about Rocco, because I think his role may become even more complicated. In my opinion, Dante is going to be trapped between being a father and being a lawman. That is one of the most painful positions for any character on this show. If Rocco really was involved in an attack or some kind of crime connected to Cullum, Dante cannot simply ignore it. But at the same time, this is his son. I feel like Dante may be furious, not only at Rocco, but also at Lulu. He may question how things got this far. He may wonder what Lulu knew, when she knew it, and whether she protected Rocco in ways that made everything worse. This is just my interpretation, but I think Dante may confront Lulu with anger first, and then fear second. Because once the anger fades, the real question becomes impossible to avoid. What happens to Rocco now? And I do not believe Lulu would ever calmly accept the idea of her son going to prison. In my opinion, Lulu may begin thinking in extremes. If the walls start closing in, she could convince herself that protecting Rocco means getting him away from Port Charles entirely. Maybe out of town. Maybe even out of the country. I could be wrong, but I feel like Lulu's panic could make her dangerous in a different way. And here comes the next shocker. I think Lulu may become willing to break the law to save Rocco. Not because she is evil. Not because she does not understand consequences. But because she is a mother who may believe the system will destroy her child before it understands him. In my opinion, that kind of fear can make a character do things they would normally condemn. If Lulu tries to help Rocco disappear, that would put her directly against Dante. And emotionally, that could be explosive. Dante may want mercy, but he also needs truth. Lulu may want protection, but she may choose escape. And Rocco could end up feeling like the reason his family's breaking apart. Now, moving to Willow, I think her storyline may be entering a very dark loyalty test. In my opinion, Sidwell may not just want obedience from Willow. He may want proof. And the worst proof imaginable would be forcing Willow into a situation where Nina gets hurt, exposed, or arrested. I feel like Sidwell could assign Willow a new task, and the target may be Brennan. That alone is disturbing, but what makes it even worse is the Nina connection. If Nina already played a role in using a fake paralysis drug on Brennan, then Sidwell could use that as leverage. This is just my interpretation, but I think Sidwell may want Willow to help create a chain reaction that sends Nina straight into legal danger. He may frame it as loyalty. He may say that if Willow is truly with him, she must choose his side over her biological mother. And I think that would be emotionally brutal for Willow. Willow has made questionable choices, but I do not feel she is someone who wants to destroy Nina completely. In my opinion, she may hate the manipulation, the secrets, and the chaos, but that does not mean she wants Nina behind bars. So if Sidwell corners her, I think Willow could try to find a third option. But here is the next small shocker. I think Sidwell may already know Willow will hesitate. That could be the real test. Maybe the mission is not only about Brennan. Maybe it is about watching Willow's reaction. If she refuses, Sidwell learns she is not fully under his control. If she obeys, she loses another part of herself. Either way, he gains power over her. I could be wrong, but I feel like Sidwell is playing emotional chess. And Willow may be one of his most useful pieces because her relationships are so tangled. Through Willow, he can pressure Nina, disturb Michael's world, and possibly create chaos around Brennan all at once. Now, Isaiah's situation adds another layer that I think could expose the Rocco mess. In my opinion, Isaiah may be questioned and may accidentally reveal more than he wants to. If he admits that he rushed to Lulu's house that night to treat Rocco's injured hand, then suddenly people may start asking why that detail was hidden. I do not think Isaiah would want to look guilty. I feel like he would defend himself by saying he did not cause any accident or attack. He simply treated an injury. But sometimes, on General Hospital, a defense can open a bigger door. This is just my interpretation, but Isaiah's confession could become the thread Dante pulls on. And once Dante starts pulling, the entire cover story around Rocco could unravel. Then we have Britt and Cassius. And in my opinion, this is where the identity danger becomes intense. I think Britt may be terrified that the secret is getting too close to the surface. Her confrontation with Cassius could be less about anger and more about panic. She may push him to release Jocelyn, but I do not think Cassius would simply agree. He may believe Jocelyn knows too much. Or maybe he thinks letting her go would expose everything. I feel like Britt is caught between protecting herself, protecting others, and realizing Cassius may be far more unstable than she hoped. And then comes another shocker. Dante may question Cassius while believing he is Nathan. That is huge, in my opinion, because Dante's instincts are strong. If he asks why Nathan covered for Rocco after the attack on Cullum, Cassius has to answer, like Nathan would. And that may be where he slips. Maybe the answer is too cold. Maybe it lacks emotional memory. Maybe Dante notices a phrase, a reaction, or a hesitation that does not feel right. I could be wrong, but I think Dante may begin to suspect that the man in front of him is not who he appears to be. And if Dante starts doubting Nathan's identity, everything could spiral. In my opinion, the most interesting part of this whole situation is that nearly every storyline connects through secrets. Danny is chasing revenge without the full truth. Rocco may know more than he should. Lulu may want to hide her son from consequences. Willow may be pressured to betray Nina. Isaiah may expose the medical clue. Britt may be trying to stop Cassius before his secret explodes. And Dante may be a one person standing in the middle of all of it, trying to separate lies from reality. I think Wednesday's drama could be less about one single event and more about pressure finally cracking multiple characters at once. And the biggest question I have is this. If Danny learns that Cullum may be the real reason Jason is in prison, does he back down or does he become even more dangerous?
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.